Hi, friends. Welcome back to the Couch Crocheter. We're on episode 107, Finished Objects, and I have 3 of them to share. Hi, friends, and welcome back to the Couch Crocheter. This is take 2 on the same episode of 107, Finished Objects. I uploaded it and downloaded it. When I uploaded it, it had volume. When I downloaded it onto YouTube, it did not have volume, and I tried again and I don't know what happened. So we're redoing this video, but it's going to be a lot shorter. Finished object number 1 I want to go over with you. A little while ago, Cole and Grayson got 2 kittens. One of them is named Duke and the other one was named Simon. So I decided to make them cat toys. And guys, you have to excuse me. I already did the video that I just uploaded and downloaded, and I already had throat issues before that because allergies, and it was humid today. So just don't mind me. I have my cold cran pineapple here to drink. So I'm going to try to make this quick, and my voice is not all that great. I used scrap yarn for them. I believe it was, I love this yarn from Hobby Lobby. I do not remember what the color was. I followed no patterns for any of them. One was just the ball, one was a fish, one was a squirrely. I'll insert the pictures here. Other 3 toys that I made. Very kind of tragic thing happened about a week ago. Unfortunately, Grayson's little cat, Simon, did not make it. He did end up passing away, which is why I didn't add it for so long to the video. Actually, it was more like 2 weeks ago he had passed, which is why I've been kind of putting it off and pushing it off, adding it to it, because I didn't want to think about it. But Duke is doing great. The household's doing okay. Everybody, did mourn and adjust accordingly. I was absolutely devastated. No fault of anybody's. Accidents happen, things happen. It's just, just a bit of a sad story there. Finished object number 2 was, the spinners for the garden. I ended up using Summer Kiss for the spinners. And I don't have the bag here in front of me anymore, and I put everything away. The pattern that I used was Ideal Scrap Yarn Project Crochet Wind Spinner, and it is by Ophelia Talks. I will enter her link down in the description below to her tutorial. It popped up on like the side recommendation thing. I made it out of the, well, I have one here. It is Summer Kiss by Lion Brand Yarns. It's 3.5 ounces or 262 yards. It's medium weight number 4. Recommended hook size was an I9. Now for these, I ended up using a H hook. Yes, I ended up using an H hook. The first one that I made was yellow, and that color was called lemon. The second one that I made was blue, and that one was just called blue. I followed the pattern directly, except that I used an H hook, and I don't remember if that's what the pattern had said. At the bottom of the blue one, I did make a sun out of the yellow center and then blue outside that I made like a just a dangly thing on the bottom of it. Miss Ophelia does put a tassel on them, but I chose not to. I'm not good at tassels. I'm really not a fan of them. So I finished those and hung those. So I'll insert 2 pictures here. The one, you can kind of see the sun, and the other one, they're blowing in the wind. The first one I made, I was kind of loosey-goosey. It was the first time I did it. Excuse me, by actually following a pattern. instead of just winging it like I did with the cat toy. You know, actually following her pattern. And I was a little loosey-goosey, so it was all wound up, but every time the wind blows, it does unwind and doesn't wind back up. And then with the blue one, I did tighten up my tension a little bit. See, it still use the same size hook. Just tighten up my tension, and that seemed to work. It actually stays wound. So those are those. And then the third, oh, I got to go get the book. Hold on, guys. Oh, sugar. Something fell. Oh, it was my candies. Candies down. Okay, so the third thing I did was we were sitting up here on the couch, up here at Couch Crocheter one day. It was me and Honey, and I went through this shelf over here that has a couple of books on it, and I was going through this one, and it is called Whimsical Stitches. And it is by Lauren Espy, and I'll do a little close-up for you here, minus my hair. So I was going through it, and one thing that I did make out of this book already was a cupcake, and I made it as a pin cushion for my pins for whenever I block my work. So I did already know that I had faith in this book and that I could do what they were asking me to do and that I could understand it. Here's what the pin cushion looks like. I didn't do the face or anything. I just did the pin cushion. Or the cupcake that I use as a pin cushion. So I asked Honey to go through this book and, you know, pick me something out, because every time I look through these, like, I get so creatively overwhelmed by all the wonderful options and choices. And when Honey picks stuff out for me, like, he doesn't think about how easy is it? How hard is it? How many parts are there? Do I have that yarn? Like, he doesn't think about any of that, which I love. I absolutely love, because then he picks out the basics and then my creativity can kick in and I can put it all together. And then it takes out the frustration and the anxiety of me actually picking a project to do out of these, because there's so many that I want to do. And then I'm like, it has too many parts. I don't know if I want to do that. This way, if he picks it out, I know that, you know, it's groovy to do. So he went and picked a blueberry. He picked a blueberry. Here's what the blueberry is supposed to look like. I will go over the yarn that I used. I went to the ladies' room, which is down the hall, and I came back in after he had informed me that he wanted a blueberry. And I was like, okay, no problem. You want a blueberry, you got a blueberry. So I went to the ladies' room, and on this wall that you can't really see is all of my ones, twos, which there ain't no ones, twos, fives, and sixes. Most of everything that is behind me is either a 3 or a 4. Not many even 3s, mostly 4s. But over here is all my 5s and 6s. So I went to the ladies' room, I came back, I shut the door, I looked over, and this was staring at me, and it told me that it wants to be a blueberry. So what I chose to be the blueberry was Soft Essentials. It is by Red Heart. It's 131 yards, 5 ounces, 141 grams. The color that it chose to be a blueberry is slate blue. Now this is very, very soft, and it has the most beautiful sheen to it. Absolutely gorgeous. So that is what I used, and the hook size that I ended up using was an H. Now they asked you to use a G. I did not use a G. I used an H hook. So she turned out wonderful. I have no idea what size eyeballs I put on here. The size that they asked for was 9mm. I don't know what these are. My eyeballs are not labeled per size. I did not put on the string face. I don't like to sew with that. They always come off and I can't ever tuck them in because my fingers can't get in there. So I painted it on with safe paint, non-toxic safe paint. And I super glued my backing to the yarn to the safety eyes. I did do the crown that it has. I actually had to pin it on to sew it together because I did make 2 other attempts before perfecting it, and it was off to the side, and then it was like all lopsided and didn't look good. But guys, here is my blueberry. And I think she turned out amazing. I did do the continuous crochet. I did not do the join as you go method, or not join as you go. Slip stitch to finish that round and then start another round. I just kept going continuously and it worked out amazing. The bottom looks good, nice and tight. None of my stitches really show through. The top of it doesn't look too bad. I do like this part here that has like almost like a little bobble effect to show like the ribbing frayed texture of the top of a blueberry. I love her. She is adorable. She's going to keep Mr. Prickly Pear company. She'll go to craft shows and hang out here at headquarters when she's not at craft shows. I absolutely love her. And then that is it, guys. That is all I have finished for this week so far. Well, actually the weekend. This is what I've been working on for the weekend. The next video is going to be works in progress, and I did already get some of that together, ready to shoot, so I'm ready for that. Trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, approximate yardage used. I'm sorry, I left that out of the last video and had to insert these thingies. I think I wrote down, hold on. I think I wrote down 40 yards for the blueberries. And I figured approximately 100 yards each for the spinners. And the cat toys I added on to June's yarn yardage total, because that is technically when they were made. I forgot to tell you about the new kittens, and then B, you know, one has unfortunately passed away, and then I just didn't want to talk about it. So that one I guesstimated 30 yards, and that I already added in June, so that will not be in July's, even though I'm telling it to you now instead of then. So guys, that's all that I have for finished objects, and that's all I have to show you. I'm not going to do a Melody B tie reading. I didn't do one on my last one. This again is take 2 of this episode, because the last one I just don't know. And guys, I'm tired. So I'm going to see if I can upload, download, or download, upload. I don't even know which comes first anymore. And see what happens with this video. I hope you can hear it and see it. This is just my life. Guys, thank you so much for stopping by, and be safe, stay groovy. Bye.